Today I want to walk you through the Fine Arts 1 drawing pre-assessment. So here I am on the website. I'm going to go up to the Fine Arts 1 page of our website, and I'm going to scroll down past our weekly slide deck and into the drawing pre-assessment. I'm going to pop that open into Safari. Well, I'm in Chrome, so it opened up there. But I'm going to start here on the first page, and I want to just touch on all the stuff so that you can hear it. You can pause this, you can open it up while you're working, go over directions as many times as you'd like to. So let's go ahead and go through. I'm on slide number 2, which is the general directions. You cannot open this particular movie link here. Remember, this is my static slide video to you. So you should open up this slideshow yourself on your iPad to watch the slideshow videos, which I definitely want you to do. Okay, so pardon me, the general directions ask you to first read all the directions. You can use a pencil, pen, or Sharpie, and the white drawing paper that I have provided to you, either in the sketchbook or the loose white drawing paper. Do not erase. So what I mean by this is that I really do want to see your progress lines, your midlines, any changes that you've made. And it occurred to me that the perfect analogy for this is when your math teachers say that they want you to show your work. And I know that that's really annoying. And also in this case, you probably might want to get rid of some of that stuff so that your best work shows. And I totally understand that. And I acknowledge and validate that you want it to look your best. However, do me that favor of leaving it so that I can really see how you got there, what mistakes you may have struggled with, and that's okay. Please know that that's okay. When you get done, you're going to complete a Google Forms self-eval at the end. I want you to remember that you should do your best on your drawing pre-assessment, and also completely remember and try to keep in the front of your brain that you are in this class to get better. So don't get upset, don't get freaked out, try not to be too self-conscious. There is no expectation that you will be good at any of this, really, actually, before you take this class. So try not to put that kind of pressure on yourself. Try not to make it so that it's too difficult for you to draw. It is ungraded. This is kind of a benchmark, a setting to see where you stand on some of these skills. It's a benchmark or a measure for you and for me. And we'll use this to be able to see where and how you improve, not compared to anybody else. Not in this class, not in the other class, just your growth. It'll be extremely helpful for us. In each question, I'll tell you what I'm looking for, and it should take approximately an hour and a half total, not for each page. So if you're spending that long, you might be really taking it not too seriously, but putting too much into it. Okay, these are due September 29th, which is coming up Tuesday. So that's the end of slide number 2, which is the general directions. Here is slide number 3. This is the rubric that I'll use to evaluate your assessment. Okay, slide number 4 is the first page that illustrates, outlines the drawings. First, I'm asking you to fold your paper in half and write your name on it. And you're going to be drawing a cube, which is a 3-dimensional form, which is made of squares, and a cylinder. And I want you to draw each of those on one half, filling most of the space. On the other half, please draw a circle, which will become a sphere, and a cylinder, and use shading to make those forms appear 3-dimensional. You may draw from observation, which means looking right at cubes or cylinders, or spheres, or you can draw from your imagination. Either way, in this activity, I'm looking at your knowledge and skill at drawing shapes and forms, and also your shading technique. So that would be how you use your tools, how you shade one side of a form versus a sphere, and so on. And it's okay if you don't remember or haven't been taught certain things. That's what we're trying to assess. This is the end of slide 4. Slide 5, you're going to again fold your paper in half, and on the first half I want you to draw a very simple landscape that just uses things like simple trees and rocks and mountains maybe, but you're going to be using scale and placement on the paper to create a sense of depth and perspective. So I gave you a little thumbnail there for you to see what I mean. And it's really just about how you use things like value or placement or how big or little something is to show us there's a sense of space. On the other half, please draw a human eye and use shading to make that form appear three-dimensional. You can include some things and details such as eyelashes, eyebrows, little flecks and details on the iris, little parts and wrinkles. You should aim to be realistic without expecting it to look like a photograph. Please draw the eye larger than life, filling most of the side of the page more or less. You may draw either of these from observation or from your imagination. In both of these, I'm looking for your knowledge and skill at drawing shapes, perspective, and some shading techniques. This is the end of slide number 5. In this last slide, slide number 6 of the drawing portion, you're going to write your name on it and measure and mark the middle lightly, but don't fold your paper in half. You want to measure the midpoint with a straight, light midline down the center and set up a still life in front of you with 3 to 5 subjects. Take a photo of your still life for both yourself and me. Then use that midline in simple shapes to draw the subjects in front of you. You should include some detail, but not ridiculous amounts. So if you have a soda can in your still life or some other kind of bottle, don't write all the letters and writing on the label. But you could have like a big Coke swoosh or a Pepsi logo if it's visible. Fill the whole space with your drawing. Try to draw realistically, and by that I mean to make your drawing look like what you're seeing in front of you. Shading is not required. You should not. You must draw from observation. So the whole goal in this activity, I'm looking at your knowledge and skill at drawing what you see in perspective from observation with simple shapes to start. And I have a link there if you need some help getting started with your still life drawing. Remember, you have to go to the website yourself and get into the slideshow to click on that YouTube link, which you can easily do. That is the end of slide 6. And this very last slide has the directions for what to do when you are all done with your drawing. You're going to make sure your name is on everything. Then you are going to take really good photos of all the drawing sheets. Make sure they are very clear and visible. You're going to use your iPad or your personal device. You are going to access the Fine Arts 1 Drawing Pre-Assessment Self-Eval. You can do that here on this slide through the website, or you can go to Schoology. Please note this slide has the word Google Classroom on it, but we are not using that. I made this early in the summer. Complete the self-eval and be sure that you attach the images of your drawing to it, including the still life photo, so that I can see what you were drawing. Do not throw your drawings away, especially if they're in your sketchbook. Leave them there. If they're on loose drawing, tuck them into your sketchbook. We're going to be keeping a portfolio to mark our progress. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to email me Tuesday is our deadline that we're hoping to meet to turn these in. If you've had a delay in getting your supplies or you're really stuck on something, please let me know. I would like to help you in any way possible. Hope this helps. Happy drawing. See you soon.